Hello, everyone. My name is Travis Tipton, and this is my Learner's Mindset presentation. As instructors, we have a tough battle sometimes, and trying to convince our students to learn that in which we think is important. And I think what it comes right down to is having a certain learner's mindset. If we have the intuitive ability to and inquisitive about us, then we can model that for our students. Now, I'm struggling at home with my grade 11 16-year-old he has a fixed mindset about math. He thinks he can't do it. And that's just a product of what he was through the school system, the test scores, everything like that. He really needs to have a growth mindset and have a learner's mindset. So I'm hoping that I get some strategies through this to help him out as well. So we got to look at what a fixed mindset is and a growth mindset. And Carol Dweck said it best, the power of yet. Her video is excellent. I've watched it several times on several courses. And I have to say, it's really inspired myself to achieve much more in my personal careers as well. And as I like to equate it to what Dory said in Finding Nemo, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. That's what she says. And it's not that she's oblivious to everything. Just you have to push on. You have to persevere. You have to make sure that, okay, you can't let these things stop you. You have to have a good mindset to get out there and go get it. In a course in the program like mine, I teach at the Marine Institution at BCIT. We're very competency based, and I've often told my students, this course or program, yes, it's essential for their overall thing, but they have to look at it as one big picture. They can't just look at it as an individual course. It's just one small part, and that every step they take is one step toward achieving their goals. But if we are to help our students get into a growth mindset and the learner's mindset, we have to differentiate between the two. So let's look at the fixed mindset first. As Carol Dweck said, the tyranny of now. I like that a lot. The tyranny of now. I can't do this now. It's too encompassing. It's too much for me right now. That's a fixed mindset. They feel like their intelligence is up for judgment. And this happens when we have summative evaluations at the end of courses. The intelligence that it's being judged by us. They're threatened by the success of others sometimes. If they're not getting good grades and someone else is, oh, well, I feel threatened by this person. They can give up early. They see effort as fruitless. They like to avoid challenges. And they overall view intelligence as actually static. Whereas we get a growth mindset, the difference between a fixed mindset, growth mindset, what we can do here is we go back to that power of yet. Again, Carol Dweck, she said it herself, power of yet. I haven't achieved this yet. I can't lift those weights 200 pounds yet. It's very important to have that mindset. We need to learn from our errors and try to correct them. It provides a pathway to a future, as I said, the bigger picture. We embrace challenge when we have a growth mindset. We persist in the face of setbacks, stumbling blocks that we have. We've overcome some obstacles. We can learn from constructive criticism. Instructors aren't there to judge you. We're there to help you, guide you, make you a better person. Find inspiration in the success of others as opposed to feeling threatened by others. And finally, the big topic here is intelligence can be developed. We're not static. We can develop more. We can achieve more. One of the things we must do to achieve a growth mindset is change in the way we think about learning. So change in thinking about learning is really important as an instructor and as a student. I think one of the biggest things that was said to me once, and it still stays with me today, and I guess I could have quoted the captain who said this, but we must remove the pebble in our shoe before we attempt to climb the mountain. Now that really stuck out for me. That's very profound. Like if we stumble and fall forward, we can learn from our mistakes. We can take those teachable moments and apply them to our future repertoire of concepts and ideas. If we have the passion and drive, we can overcome anything. But we have to remove the obstacles on our path first. And that, as the quote says, the pebble in our shoe before we can climb the mountain. So that's one of the things we have to do. We have to change our thinking about learning. The second thing we have to do is change our approach to learning. Okay, how do we change our approach to learning? Well, we change it with the COVA method. I you want to say COVA method. Okay, choice, ownership, voice, and authenticity. Choice being giving our students choices in the way the class is conducted. We can give them ownership and a selection of projects and how to present them. Collaboration. Do you want to be a digital project? Is it going to be a presentation like something like this? Media projects. Give them ownership of those choices. Give them a voice. The voice matters. As instructors, we have to show that we're authentic and that the things that our students say to us matter to us, and we don't just kind of slough it off. Yeah, okay, yeah. We have to make it ourselves look authentic with that. Let the students have voices and let them achieve great things. And finally, the authenticity about it. Valid assessments, valid assignments, whether or not they're formative or summative, and changing things up a bit. Using different types of games like Kahoots or evaluation type things, so that it can achieve a different approach to learning, as opposed to the static of going in the classroom and listening to the lecture and doing that sort of thing, right? And finally, and I'm sure Dr. Duane's going to love this little GIF I have going here, is we need to change the learning environment. We need to change the environment in which we conduct our lessons. Can it be an online platform? I've taught online. It's actually quite successful. Can it be a flipped classroom model? I've also done that as well with varying degrees of success. And finally, real world situations. I think especially in my particular neck of the woods in education in the marine industry, real world situations are vital to understanding the full dynamics of what it's like to work at sea. So that's just a few ideas to changing up our learning environment. Now, the power of yet again, this goes back to Carol Dweck, and actually I'm just going to go here and I'll show you one thing before I go here. I have my blog here and I call it Fair Winds and Following Seas, and I actually put two videos on there. One of them is Sesame Street, and I know it's Sesame Street's a little kiddish, but the singer, and it's Janelle Monáe, and she sings about the power of yet and how some of the Sesame Street characters can achieve things because they have to have the right mindset. They have to have a growth mindset, and it's all about the power of yet. I can't dunk that ball. I can't bake those cookies. I can't do math yet, but I will. And I've also linked on my webpage here, my blog page, the Carol Dweck's Power of Yet. One of the things, and I wrote about it too, I find these videos quite intriguing, the power yet, because it has so much depth and realism. It's just such an awesome thought, and I try to tell this to my children that are struggling with something in school and sports. My other son's learning how to drive. It takes time and practice and perseverance, and just because you may not be proficient at something immediately, it doesn't mean that you won't eventually achieve that. And I'm actually quite surprised that this isn't more of a motivational tactic in society. I know that's helped me, and it's with my own struggles and issues, and I wish that someone had used this idea with me years ago when I was younger, because I could have maybe achieved a little bit more. Anyways, I just wanted to show you that, and I have a little write-up about that in my blog as well. I'm just going to go back to my PowerPoint here. Just 1 second. There we go. And that's the current slide. So that's the power of yet. And if you do go to this, please try to, I guess you can. I've actually linked in this video in my references. And oh, there they are. All right, there's my references. So I do appreciate the time and effort, and any feedback or feed forward would be very vital to my development here. And I appreciate any comments that you may give. So thank you very much for watching this, and talk to you soon.